Samaya Smith and Lauren Betts will jump it up. Here we go. The Elite Eight is underway in Spokane.
UCLA in a man-to-man. Lauren Betts on Anissa Morrow. Morrow attacks the matchup right away, but that's one of the things Betts brings at 6'7". Beautifully done.
Betts averaging nearly 3 blocks per game, and see if she gets credited for another one there.
Well, you saw her as soon as she blocked the shot, put up the 2 fingers.
She'll make sure they're tallying at the stat table, and Williams travels as LSU turns it over. Yeah, that's 2.
That's 2.
For UCLA, London Jones, Kiki Rice, Gabriela Jaquez, Angela Dugalich, and Lauren Betts, the All-American. Here's Betts, such a force in the post. Lauren Betts broke it up where she left off the other night.
Lauren Betts has the size and strength advantage on Samaya Smith. You will see LSU bring help side defense from the blind side. That time he just didn't get there.
Betts coming off back-to-back 30-point games. Williams alone in the corner. Can't hit the 3. Smith, who's been a force on the offensive glass, creates another opportunity for LSU, but unable to hit the jumper. Here comes Kiki Rice. The talented junior gives it up. Jones, who can catch fire from 3, doesn't pull that time. Jones bounces in. Betts one-on-one with Smith. Betts misses the layup. Was 15 of 16 the other night, and then picks up the fact
to have their shooters make perimeter shots to give her space on the inside.
London Jones getting up into Cheyenne Day-Wilson, who quickly comes in off the bench for last 2 POA. Here's Smith diving in, can't finish. Rice the rebound. Jaquez, count it!
Elevate from 3 in the first quarter. 2 of 17 in the first half. A huge difference when they can hit from the perimeter.
Smith gets it to drop. Rice picking up some pace for UCLA. Dugalich dumps it in. What position? And Betts finishes plus the foul. Lauren Betts the other night was 15 of 16 from the floor. Her only miss was an end of quarter heave. That was it. Had 31 points. Game before had 30 on 14 of 17.
Double team that's going to come and force rotation on a pass out.
Johnson, oh, what a move from Flau'jae Johnson. You know, UCLA has gone 4 minutes without scoring. Betts wants a touch, that's why. Oh my goodness, what a rejection from Flau'jae Johnson. Smith, pull-up jumper is good. Gardiner trying to work back to the basketball. Betts battling underneath with Smith and getting the position. And the other night, for much of the game, she was UCLA's sole source of offense. Morrow, look out! She has started to hit from 3 in this tournament. Makes her a very dangerous player. Betts draws 2. Jaquez kicks it out. Good movement here. Gardiner, no. Johnson. Morrow again.
Lauren Betts looks tired to me.
A 9-2 LSU run. Arnisalo, and that's going to be an offensive foul. LSU started 2 for 16, has made their last 3 shots. Williams snaking through, and a travel as she did. But Del Rosario played a really big role in this matchup last year as a big body to contend with Betts on the interior.
She's a 6'6" strong post player, and she's got 5 fouls, and I wouldn't be surprised before the end of the game if she uses them all.
What's the over-under on that? Maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
Yeah.
Here's Betts, and who's it going to be called on? It's going to be called on Betts. There you go. Del Rosario using that size to get into Betts, and Betts picks up a 2nd foul in this first quarter. Ooh.
It was kind of a swim move.
With 2 fouls in the first quarter for the first time in her career. Rebecca, just forecasting ahead here. How does UCLA navigate without Betts on the floor? She's such a central part of what they do.
It certainly changes how they play. They are a team that plays through her on the offensive end of the floor, and she's their rim protector on the defensive end of the floor. Brilliant. Kim Mulkey, go right inside. Her efficiency inside, not only scoring the ball, Ryan, but rebounding as well.
She has 6 career double-doubles in the NCAA tournament. That's tops among active players. What's amazing about that is this is just the second NCAA tournament she's ever played in. At DePaul, she had made it to the first 4. LSU 4 for 4 after starting 2 for 16.
UCLA zoning up here for this last offensive possession for LSU.
Williams drops it in. Smith can't finish. Time for UCLA here. Here's Barker, high dribble, swooping through, couldn't finish. Morrow collects, heaves, and that'll do it for the first. LSU, a 4-point lead.
She said, I always waited for a coach to say to me, you're one tough woman. And then she said, my junior year at Louisiana Tech, Leon Barmore said to me, you are one tough woman. He had no idea, and just how proud and happy that made her feel.
And she has carried that into her coaching career as well. 4 national championships. Here's Barker. Barker's jumper is good. UCLA needed that after the stagnation at the end of the first for the Bruins. Remember, UCLA with their star, the first-team All-American Lauren Betts, on the bench with 2 fouls. First time in her career, she picked up 2 in the first quarter. Williams off. Smith, a force in the offensive glass. Can't flip it in. And it's knocked out of bounds off UCLA. And following that game, back here in Spokane, it's Paige Beckers and UConn. Rice bounces into the corner. Dugalich dumps it down. Barker in a crowd gets hit. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2 as we check in with Holly Rowe.
They think they're not defending them close enough, getting in their personal space, so keep an eye on that.
All right, Holly, good stuff. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, Timea Smith.
That's big for LSU on the offensive end. And Jersey Wolfenbarger is in the game now, but Smith has been playing so well throughout this NCAA tournament, especially her face-up game, her ability to hit from the perimeter, rebound, defend.
She's been averaging 17 points per game in this tournament on 70% shooting. In the regular season, she averaged under 7 points per game. Wolfenbarger can't finish on the interior. Check that, make it Miracle Shepard who went in there. Shepard, Wolfenbarger, both in off the bench right now for LSU as Rice cradles and finishes. Here's Johnson. Lager will pull and hit from 3, slapped alive, but just to Jones for UCLA. London Jones can't hit the 3 halfway down, and it's knocked out of bounds off of LSU. 2.5 minutes to go before LSU ended up winning by 9. Gardiner connects on a 3. Gardiner, who did not score in the Sweet 16, on the board here to put UCLA back in front. Morrow, no. Morrow follows it up with a board. Leaning and hitting Anissa Morrow.
That's what makes it so remarkable with Morrow. She is a much smaller post player.
Jaquez, you bet. UCLA trying to get to its first ever Final Four. Gilbert rims out. Jaquez.
There were 2 players, 2 UCLA players sandwiching Morrow.
Gardner dumps it in. Dugalich kicks it out. Arnisalo bounces. Intend to shoot for UCLA. Rice calling a play. Gardner verbaling traffic. Gardner will fire. And
but removing the hand before she get a foul call.
And maybe just enough to dysregulate.
Big giant paw in their face.
I don't. Gilbert gets fouled. They have outscored LSU by 6 with Betts on the bench. That's just enormous for UCLA.
It's incredible, those numbers. Their guards have really stepped up in this moment here, making shots from the perimeter.
Gilbert, last year's loss to LSU and a chance at revenge. And she said, you know, That's not how our group operates best. Yes, this has motivated us all season long. Yes, we're excited for this opportunity. When we saw the brackets, of course, we noticed it and wanted this game. She said, but if our team gets too much into emotion, that's when we falter. Where we thrive is an execution focus. Barker at the line. UCLA just 1 for 5 from the line in this game. Barker hits that one. Exposed something that she knew about her team, that they needed a little bit more of a dog mentality at times. They needed a little bit more toughness. She felt like Barker was a player who could bring that to them, and she has this year for UCLA off the bench. The Big Ten 6th player of the year. Boa 3. Wow, that's some found money for LSU. Just her 5th 3 of the season. Elite 8 matchup. Masalo gives it up. Gardiner's been good off the bench. Gardiner's runner rims off. Out of bounds. It'll be LSU basketball. 7 for 32 from 3 in the Sweet 16. 4 for 9 today. It's not just the efficiency that's significant here. It's taking fewer attempts as well. That was something Corey Post really wanted to focus on. As Wolfenbarger lays it in off a great delivery. Rice. Tiptoes baseline. Bounces out. Gardiner. One more for Timea Gardiner. 3 for 4 from 3. Shoots it just under 39%, and it's been a huge factor off the bench. Rugalich knocks it away. Masalo to Jaquez to the rim. 8 points for Gabriela Jaquez. Johnson's jumper is good. After they turned it over 19 times last year against LSU in the Sweet 16. Here's Rice. Giving it up. Rugalich dumps it down. Barker gets fouled.
One interesting piece of that, Ryan, is you would assume that Betts will have good wind and legs in the second half.
Great point. There were moments where Betts was winded in that game against Ole Miss. Barker hits the second. UCLA has left a little at the line. Barker specifically. 2 seconds left in the half. Dangerous dribble. Boa has it partially tipped, and that'll do it for the first half. UCLA, and the 6 minutes are the fewest she's played in any half this season. For UCLA to still have a 6-point lead is just remarkable given that.
And if LSU had been able to go on a run and build any kind of a lead, Corey Post probably would have had to put Lauren Betts back in. Maybe she gets a third foul. You never know. So a luxury for them to be able to have her on the bench for that amount of time with those 2 fouls.
Michaela Williams has 2 as well. So does Timea Smith. Here's Morrow's 3 way off and is out of bounds. You know, we talk about the impact of the foul trouble with UCLA and Betts. The Timea Smith foul was huge as well. She was a +4 on the floor. LSU got outscored by 10 when she was on the bench, and she spent much of that second quarter on the bench with those fouls as Betts goes right back to work.
She got deep position.
Morrow lost the handle, able to keep it in bounds though, but then tried to force a pass inside to Smith and turned it over. 10th turnover for LSU as Rice has it stripped.
You heard Chene in the studio at the half talking about how UCLA needs to make sure they don't get stagnant on the offensive end now that Lauren Betts is back on the floor. Continue, move, cut, take threes.
Like that. London Jones is on the board from deep. And a timeout taken by LSU. Led the way for USC with 25, 6, and 5.
Really eager to see how the freshmen perform for USC again tomorrow. They were so good yesterday.
Dave Wilson gets hit from behind and will go to the line. Both of their losses came against USC. In both of those games, they really struggled from 3. And then, of course, they ended up coming back to beat USC in the Big Ten championship game.
And in that win, they were 8 for 15. They can lose against some tougher opponents.
And today, they started 1 of 4 from 3. They're 5 of 7 since. Here we go. This is what we're talking about when it comes to UCLA. 24-0 when they make 6 or more threes as Betts gets fouled. It's 4 of 7 from the floor, shooting her second and third free throws of the day as we send things over to Holly Rowe.
Had a conversation with Lauren Betts to remind her today, you don't have to do this by yourself. We have a great team around you. So I would imagine it's giving her a lot of confidence.
Great point to bring up, Holly, because that has had to be the case because of the foul trouble, and her teammates have delivered. Here's Flaugier. Johnson finds Morrow. Nice move inside, and the finish from Anissa Morrow. Dump it into Betts. A soft dump. Out to Jaquez. And a steal from Jones. And Jones able to hit the jumper. Got to stop. They turn it over in the backcourt. Morrow couldn't finish that one. Good contest from Gugaric. Jaquez gets it up to Betts. UCLA is going to have to get it across center court. They do in time. Jaquez,
I want to know, it says listen to my parent. Which one is she listening to?
and we're going to have to ask Jaime Jr. whether or not she was in fact nicer to her brother. Betts with the rejection on Morrow.
Coming out of an LSU timeout right there to smother the shot from Anissa Morrow.
3 blocks. Here's Johnson. She got it. But we know is capable of heating up. Great action here. Rice back to Betts. Betts turns and travels. Ryan Rucco, the Hall of Famers Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe with you. 5:49 to go in this third quarter. Elite 8 matchup, UCLA and LSU. UCLA seeking its first ever trip to the Final Four. LSU trying to go back for the second time in 3 years. As Flaugier Johnson turns it over. Arnesalo through the lane, draws the block. Arnesalo at the line. She's such an interesting player, Rebecca, because she has played overseas for a while now. Is from Finland, and we've heard her head coach, Corey Close, talk about how that experience has made her totally and completely composed in all difficult moments on the floor in college.
Yeah, certainly very different from just playing in high school.
Fourth quarter against NC State, she was unbelievable, making play after play, capable of going on a run like that for LSU. Here's Barker. Good look to kick it out. Arnesalo can't hit the 3. Smith able to flag down the rebound. Here's Gilbert working behind Smith. Morrow and Barker tussling inside. Kim Mulkey with a forlorn look on her face as she's watching the lack of development here. And Morrow loses it. Stays with the Tigers. Johnson got fouled, nearly hit it. And Flaugier Johnson's going to shoot 3 shots. Flaugier hits the first. They don't miss the NCAA Women's Final Four. 6 Eastern, be with us Friday for a Final Four special on ESPN. 2 Eastern for the special, 3 Eastern for the tip. Gugaric. Into Betts. Deep catch. Betts waits and finishes.
In the first quarter, the double team could come because UCLA had not yet gone on a tear from 3, and now the double can't come.
Betts with her 4th block. Morrow inside, able to scrape it in. Gardiner, Betts, Rice, Jaquez, and London Jones, the 5 for UCLA. Poa, Smith, Michaela Williams, Flaugier, and Morrow for LSU. Morrow took a shot as Williams comes down with a rebound. Morrow still slow to get up. So is Smith. Here's Williams racing in and finishing as Morrow and Smith are still shaken up. You see Morrow going back to the LSU locker room. UCLA led 43-29 with 6:40 to go in this quarter. Betts patiently waits, gets held up, and that is going to be a jump. And the possession arrow belongs to LSU. Seen Flaugier come a couple of times with timely help. Poa nearly loses it, and she goes down right in front of us. Gilbert has it. Shot clock turned off. Gilbert finding Smith, denied by Betts, a sixth block. Jones hugs it, and UCLA will keep it here as the quarter comes to a close. Rebecca, you said for a while you think she's going to be an even better pro than people have projected.
Yeah, certainly. And you know, in the pro game, you know, she's small. She's listed as 6'2", but she's probably just around 6 feet, 6'1". But her rebounding skill is transferable.
Gardiner again. UCLA starts this fourth quarter with a bang, trying to get to their first ever Final Four. Morrow spinning, forcing. Good contest from Betts. Rice, the flick ahead. Jaquez able to save it just momentarily. Flau'jae goes behind the back. Rice hits the deck. Johnson vacated, but still finishes.
We are seeing the emergence of this young woman using her voice in a crucial moment with her teammates because they trust and love her.
Thank you, Hal. Certainly amazing for Betts as Betts gets blocked and still finishes plus the foul. Beating the shot clock and the contact. So the bucket good for Betts. A chance for three. Misses the free throw. Rebound taken in by Smith. Timea Smith just 4 points in this game after back-to-back 20-point games, and London Jones picks up the personal here. The one thing to keep in mind, UCLA with the 8-point lead in this fourth quarter. Ended that game on a 14-2 run. Flau'jae had 24 points in it. Williams spinning, and UCLA a 6-point lead here with 8:08 to go in the fourth. Inbound to Gardiner. He has 4 threes off the bench in this game. Rice, given space, directing Betts on the screen. 7 to shoot. Rice didn't like what she saw there. Gardiner, you bet! It's Timea Gardiner. No hesitation on her attempts in this game. And that's going the other way. An offensive foul called on last-tier Poa. And for LSU, they really use more set-up point guards with last-tier Poa, more defensive-minded. Cheyenne Day-Wilson. Williams and Johnson capable of those responsibilities as Betts again finishes. And it's Gardiner who found her. An 11-point lead for UCLA, meeting the moment so far in this fourth. Williams got another. And now LSU will use a timeout, and they will have just one remaining. That's deep catch, and again Smith able to knock it away. Here's Johnson weaving through traffic. Flau'jae to the cup. Johnson comes up with a steal. Flau'jae, the hesitation and the foul. Meanwhile, UCLA has 4 turnovers over the last 3 minutes. As Johnson hits the free throw. And it's gut check time again for UCLA. You see Flau'jae's mom, Thea Brooks in the building, catching the moment.
Is that a Flau'jae earring?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was, yeah.
It is. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Fantastic. 7 to shoot. London Jones working behind Betts. Has it knocked away by Williams. Loose. Shot clock fading, and there's a turnover again for UCLA. LSU with the ball, down 5. 3:40 to go in the fourth. 6 fourth quarter turnovers for UCLA, just 1 for LSU. That's the opposite story of the rest of the game. Johnson hooks it in. Rice into the lane, lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with UCLA with 6 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock. Rice gets it into Jaquez. Betts, center of the lane, gets blocked, but foul.
We're going to replay right here. Let's see.
Got it on the arm.
You think so?
Yes.
Like right on the elbow area?
Watch again here.
Oh, yep, she did.
Yep.
She did.
That's at the line. Sinks the first. UCLA has struggled from the line today, 8 for 15 as Betts misses the second. Smith calls the rebound. UCLA with a 4-point lead, 2:50 to go. Johnson. Flaugier through the lane, shovels, Morrow, can't flip it in. It was Betts again with her 7th rejection. Ball loose, kicked out of bounds. And it looked like it might have last hit UCLA. That's on Rice and Kiki Rice.
But yes, you cannot review this until it's 2 minutes.
There's nothing that LSU can do about this. That is clearly off the left foot of Kiki Rice. She's been so good on the glass today. Here's Rice. Guarded by Gilbert. Rice kicks it out. 9 to shoot. Jaquez gets around Williams but fouled. And LSU is over the limit here. Jaquez hits the first. What a complete game it's been from Gabriela Jaquez. Jaquez got them both. Under 2 minutes to go. Great defense by Rice, denying Flaugier Johnson. Gilbert will pull, misses again. Rebound UCLA. 1:45 to go. And again, the shot clock wasn't dwindling enough to warrant that attempt from Gilbert, who's now 0 for 7. Dump it in, Betts, kick it out, that three, is good! Gabriela Jaquez! Johnson dumps it in, and Morrow plays it home.
Both on steals and on blocks here today defensively.
Betts out beyond the arc. 10 on the shot clock now, and Gilbert fouls Rice. And so Kiki Rice, who's an outstanding free throw shooter, goes to the line. Rice has now made 37 straight free throws in the NCAA tournament. You couldn't have fouled a worse player there if you're Kaylin Gilbert, as Rice hits both. LSU had closed this to 56-53 with 3:24 to go after they've been down 14 in the third. But it's an 8-2 run for UCLA since. Johnson, they need it. They've got it. 6-point game. Flaugier up to 23, 19 of them in the second half. As Morrow fouls Kiki Rice. His dad anxiously watches Rice hit yet another free throw.
You can foul before the ball is inbounded. It's not like the pros where there's an extra penalty for that.
Right, as long as you're fouling someone involved in the play.
Right.
Rice hits them both. 40 straight made free throws for Kiki Rice. Here's Williams turning the corner, gets fouled. Williams, a very good free throw shooter. Talented sophomore. Williams got them both. 6-point game, 28.8 to go in the fourth. Dugalich in the backcourt, and Morrow will foul her, and that will be the 5th and final foul for Anissa Morrow.
An incredible college career for Anissa Morrow.
3rd all-time in Division I history in rebounds. Started her career at DePaul, comes to LSU, and excels in the SEC as well. 8-point UCLA lead. They are on the brink here. Richard flips it out. Williams hoists it up. Off the mark. Johnson the rebound. Banks it in. Flaugier doing everything she can. As Jaquez is then fouled with 11.1 to go. What a performance from her today. 18 points for Jaquez. 10 seconds remaining. Flaugier puts it up and in from 3. 5-point game as Rice is fouled. 3.9 seconds away from their first ever Final Four.